I'm Jake Schriner. Let me try that again. I'm Jake Schriner.
I'm Bob Nelson.
I'm Pastor Johnny Leckie, and this is the Compass Conversation Podcast. Thanks for joining us tonight. Wahoo. We will follow you. You have the name above every name. We will follow you, King Jesus. Welcome to our house.
That was far louder than I expected.
Well, I was doing this kind of from love. Hey, welcome to the podcast. It's been a few weeks. Glad to have you with us this evening. And we're going to just go around the table here real fast, see how everybody is doing. And as usual is our custom, Jake Schriner. How you doing?
Good.
Look like a newscaster. Don't forget this. Just in. Jake Schriner. How you doing, Jake?
I'm good. Work today was a little busier than I anticipated. Usually this week is kind of shot because everybody's already in holiday mode and everything, but we did all right. It's been a few weeks. Had a lot of changes. We set up Starlink internet at the office, which is really cool. That's Elon Musk's satellite internet. Actually, it was pretty darn slick. I was pleasantly surprised, but it's also with how bad our previous service was. It was a breath of fresh air. Oh,
an easy bar to meet.
Yeah, it really was. It was good. And then this weekend we did a bunch of moving stuff around. So Colette's parents are moving into a new house, so we did a few things for us. So last week I went down there and took a truckload of stuff up, brought it to the house. Saturday after work we had one of those 1-800-GOT-JUNK companies come by, and we had like half their truck of stuff we were just getting rid of too. And then yesterday after church, we drove down and picked up the rest of the stuff. So
I was going to say, I should have coordinated something with you.
Yeah, it was a little last minute because we weren't expecting to have to pick up all this stuff as quickly as they're like, we need that by next week. Oh, all right,
okay.
Sweet. So we did that this weekend. So we got a workout in, got our steps in, moved a lot of heavy stuff around, but it's good. Everything's nice. I like it.
Yeah,
this is looking good.
Awesome.
Yeah,
well, good. Okay. We were just talking about the plaids here, the hats here, and I almost put on plaid tonight, but not just plaid, but I mean flannel. Right? It's that time of year. Tomorrow's supposed to snow.
Yeah,
all that.
Yeah.
But Jake, I'm glad you're here, man.
Me too.
As always, glad you are here. Jumping across the table, Bob Nelson. How are you, sir?
I'm doing okay. It was kind of like you, been very unexpectedly busy all of a sudden. For the last couple of weeks, I've been sort of just kind of cruising along, doing what I wanted to do instead, and now everything's piling on. It works out though; it gives me a reason to work a couple extra hours, so I can work a lot less on Friday and go enjoy the family festivities because the market's open on Friday. That's done.
The market is open on Friday. Financial news with Bob Nelson. Okay.
So they are kind of, every company does it. It has to be open. And I was really jealous when I called up one today, and by the way, Thursday will be closed and Friday we'll be working a half day. So I'm like, that's nice. So we do that during Christmas Eve, but on Thanksgiving. But it all works out. Yeah. We're all pretty good.
Thanksgiving, the overlooked special holiday,
yes,
which I love. Jake, we know loves. We hammered about it 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Yep. We love everyone. Don't misunderstand. I just love Thanksgiving. I hate that it gets the raw deal.
And I did what I did last year because our granddaughters are coming over this Wednesday night, and so I set up the Christmas lights because this weekend was the last warm weekend that we had.
I gotcha.
And so it looks really nice. But like those dripping icicle lights.
Oh yeah.
So it looks really neat.
That's cool. I'm fine with people putting up lights. I'm like, they got their Thanksgiving lights up.
Hey, there you go. That's how I'll call it.
Wait, what's that tree doing there? That should be a tree. What's that about?
The tree won't go up for a couple weeks.
Couple of weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At least, just not enough room in our house. So
I hear you.
Not enough room in the inn. for that treat. So,
Now, that's a weird mixing of everything.
Yes.
You got the holidays, the religious imagery. No, it's all weird.
so that's me. How are you doing, John?
I'm doing okay. So, interestingly enough, there are a couple of days this week. The school does not get the week off for Thanksgiving. But essentially, the kids are there Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday is like a teacher work day or something like that. Or I think it's like a conference. They call it a conference exchange day. So if you didn't have a chance to do the parent conferences for whatever reason, you could do it on that day. Anyhow, I'm pretty sure I don't have to be there on Wednesday. So I texted the principal on Sunday, and I just thought, I don't want to be that guy. We're 2 days a week, right? I'm not there on Mondays. So I said, hey, Lori, I know I'm not normally there on Mondays, but since it's a short week, would you like me to just come in on Monday? And I was honestly offering, right? And she was like, oh, Chuck, that'd be wonderful. Well, yes, that'd be great. Come in. It's going to be a fun day, easy day. Aren't you great? And I fully respect your Mondays off. It was all that kind of thing. So she was very appreciative of me coming, so I had to go in today. So normally I've gotten used to this Mondays off, and it was kind of funny because I'm walking down the hall, and some adults, they're like, you're here on a Monday? I mean, it was like that kind of thing. Yeah. But even kids, there were kids going, Mr. Leckie, what are you doing here? It's Monday. So I was just like, are you happy I'm here or sad? Happy you're here. But anyway, it was weird being there, and I forgot about this. Like, you guys know Luis, right? My friend Luis is cool.
Yeah.
So he's usually doing like out on the playground during the time when I'm doing duty in the cafeteria. But when I'm not there, he gets to come in out of the cold and sort of fill in my role. So when I first saw him, he didn't seem real happy.
He was
I was like,
today.
oh yeah. He goes, yeah, thanks, Mr. Leckie. He was like, he was just kidding, but I know I kind of bumped him out of his comfortable Monday. But anyhow, so that was the day. So I've been there all day today, and then we were there a little bit later. And Leon and I are going to be doing something in the talent show. We always do something. The teachers and all of the staff are supposed to do something for the kids. So last year, I can't remember, we did Walking on a Winter Wonderland last year. So I'm playing, and all the kids are going crazy. It was pretty funny. So we're going to do something. So I was practicing. I was trying to find a song. I started playing around after school. And then this little girl comes in. Her mom, you guys, you met her. Jordan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jordan's daughter, Selah, came in and wanted to ask me if I would give her some piano lessons.
Nice.
On Mondays. Oh, that's sweet. I'm not here on Monday. Oh, no. So maybe we'll work something out, because I can at least teach you what I know. But anyhow, so here we are. Back in this room, back around the square table. It's all different.
The news desk.
The news desk. This just in. Well, hey, speaking of news, there's all kinds of news. So, where do you guys want to start? Talk about sermon stuff? Nah, we don't want to do that. Then we can talk. Oh, actually, I do need to say something. The very few people who might have heard the message, the sermon on Sunday, but are now watching this, whatever percentage that is, let me do a quick correction. As I got to the end of the sermon, I had been doing kind of a review of the previous Beatitudes. All right? And this last time, I want to show how it flows and why it builds to the other. Well, something was wrong. Something was wrong in my notes. And whenever it's wrong in my notes, even if I have it in my head, sometimes it throws me. And I'm like, And I said something about, so that takes us to our sixth. As soon as I said sixth Beatitude, I knew I was wrong. Because we weren't on the sixth Beatitude. We were on the seventh Beatitude. Yep. And I was trying to figure out what happened. Oh, I missed one. I said last week we talked about blessed are the merciful. And then as I started saying, something didn't feel right about it. Because, no, we did pure in heart last week. And I completely left that out. So anyway, so I got the number wrong. I missed that one. That really bums me out because it was my review. I'm sitting here looking at notes, but it was my mistake. So
I felt there
I
was
feel a little
something
better, but
wrong
something's
with-
off.
There was something wrong in the force, but I couldn't figure out what it was.
It's the force of my delivery. But anyway, yes, so it was the 7th, and yeah. So, there you go. What was it?
That mistake to be forgiven. It's okay.
I know, it's just one of those little things. I saw like, I just look back and listen to it and I go, that's not right.
Mhm.
I want people to be able to hear me and think, yeah, that's right. That's not right. There's got to be some trust level going on here. Well, that's what tonight's about here, is to clarify the total mistake. Left that out. It was a bummer. It was Pure in Heart. That was a good one from the week before. I'm sure Mandy was like, what? He's like, wait,
Oh,
that's not what
I guess
the first week there was like,
yeah.
is that what we talked about? Which was kind of funny, by the way. Which was so, I will just say, this was fun. I know I'm yapping here too much, but I want you guys to talk. But it was kind of fun that she brought biscuits and gravy,
Mhm.
which is funny because I did not tell her we were having biscuits and gravy.
I didn't even know, so.
He didn't even know, right?
We didn't know
until
until about-
last minute, Saturday.
Until it was noon on Saturday. We were
Little
talking on the phone.
conversation.
Yeah.
So that sounded great. And your biscuits and gravy were fantastic.
Thank you.
The biscuits were fantastic. And then when she showed up, because she the night before said, yeah, we'll be there. And I was like, okay. And I said, do you want me to bring anything? And I said, no, we'll just, you're certainly welcome to, but we're just happy to see you and the family.
Yeah.
But then so when she came in and had biscuits and gravy, I thought,
Biscuits and
whoa.
gravy.
And they were great too.
Yeah.
So anyway, serendipity. What else about any of that?
Then there was the burning my biscuits moment.
Oh man, how long had those biscuits? Were like
The whole sermon, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that sermon burned my biscuits, I'll tell you.
Those things came out like hockey pucks.
Maybe I'll put a picture of that right. But yeah, Leona accidentally left an extra batch of biscuits in the oven during the sermon. Oh, for the love. Not many churches get to say something like that. That's something we can celebrate
good.
together,
Yeah,
right?
there we go.
I was saying yesterday, the breakfast that we've been enjoying, like getting together on Sunday mornings to
Yeah.
eat together, it's an extra level of community and
I love
fellowship,
it.
which I
Yeah.
really enjoy.
Mhm.
And we get to eat awesome food.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You know.
I'm going to be sad. I was thinking, what we don't want to do is go, man, I was really looking forward to being together with everybody at the house and the camaraderie and the fellowship and enjoying that break. Oh, now we're at the service, the worship service. I don't want that to be the
Now we're
contrast.
to school. Oh man.
Oh, I got worship at the school. So I'm thinking through ways to continue that, even when we are back at the school. Even if it is, hey, every third Sunday we're at brunch in houses.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know.
One at the school too, you could do something along the lines of like a potluck breakfast type thing.
Well, that's
You
true.
know?
Yeah, we could do that.
So, I'll bring the bacon.
It's a different vibe, but I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
I have a person I know, I said friend, he's not really a friend, but is a pastor I know in another state, and they set up every Sunday, but he has a crew of people that every Sunday make a full breakfast for their church.
Oh, for the church.
Yeah, just whoever wants to show up early.
That's
Eggs,
awesome.
bacon, the whole thing. That's just sort of their deal. And I guess pricey as you get bigger, but
Well, yeah.
if it's part of your values, then
Mhm.
I gotta tell you, I mean, it's been a shot in the arm, I think, for us here. Excuse me. Coffee. I was just drinking so much. Sorry, friends. No. It's just been like the way I was communicating to Bob, and I think I said it on Sunday a couple times, that our being here at the house and doing brunch and having a home gathering is a move forward. It's not a move backwards.
Yeah.
And it is about building momentum and building morale, right? We want to be pouring into each other and caring for each other and enjoying being together. And so I think that's been accomplished. And having a few new faces. And speaking of faces,
Marcella's back.
Marcella!
Yeah.
What? That was fantastic to see her come walking up. So, and she was all happy and smiling. So that was great. We may have had one of our higher attendance in months yesterday. A couple of extra people, and we would have gone a little bit higher. But think about it. It's attainable is what I'm saying. We can keep inviting. We just need to keep inviting people. I'm trying to think of a few other people I want to invite to our brunch thing because it's a build up to something else. Speaking of, and we're just having our meeting here, don't mind us. I think it's going to be cool for the next few weeks that we also start planning that service at the school. Mm-hmm. Right? So, I want somebody else reading scripture, somebody else coming up to pray, a couple of extra instruments. We don't have a whole lot now, but just adding a little extra something. Just to make it a little bit more special, and we are doing something a little more special. Jake, you don't know about this.
Oh, cool.
Dancing bears. Imagine it. Just kidding.
I'm so glad you took my idea seriously.
You'll be the dancing bear.
Yeah.
Stop that. So, dancing bear from Captain Kangaroo way back in the day. Well, anyhow, no. What we're doing is I saw this for the first time again, and I'm very thankful to my friend Trey in Arizona, the church we visited this past summer, because I was seeing kind of what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And they had this cool curtain thing they were in a cafeteria, but it didn't look like they were in a cafeteria because they had just a curtain from ceiling to floor.
Yeah.
I thought, man, that's got to be a pain to do. So I was asking him about it. He said, oh no, this is great. He said, it's called seal fabric. Mm-hmm. It's not made from seals. That'd be horrible.
That has my approval.
I'm not sure what your seal of approval. Jeez. Kissed with a seal. Wait, seal with a kiss. Anyhow. So it's this really thin, dark, what you can get it in various colors, but it's a thin curtain. Mm-hmm. Very, very lightweight, but it has grommets with very strong magnets. And so the magnets are about a foot and a half apart, almost 2 feet apart. And they are designed to work on drop ceiling.
All the ribs between all the pieces.
Yeah,
I
so the frames, and so you can design it quickly all the way around. It's just magnets.
And you just snap it to the ceiling.
Yeah,
that's pretty slick.
And pulling it down.
Yeah.
It's a little pricey, but I thought, you know what? That's been the missing element for meeting in that room at the school that we normally have been. Hey, we've gone different places. I'm thinking nothing feels right anymore. But using that, we can drape all the way around, use the entrance door we used to use, and it'll just be special. So, so if that's where we're going to be on that day, let's make it special. Right? Let's have it still will be base camp because we're not doing Big Sunday at this point anyway. I hope we do again on some level, but just to make that a special thing. So then it's like we usually do base camp, Big Sunday.
Right.
So right now it's like home brunch, church at the school. Yeah. Right? So I think some of that rhythm keeps us real, keeps us authentic, keeps us from being too showy, or kind of corporate feeling. Mm-hmm. And I just believe for where we're ministering here in Aurora, and I think it's true in a lot of places, but particularly here, I just think that is connecting with more people, even as I'm describing what we're doing, people who are not churched people. It sounds a little more appealing to them. So I would have thought back in the day, oh man, that's creepy. What are you going to somebody's house? Oh my God. What if you're going with a friend and you tell them what they're doing? He said, no, we're not just in the house, but right now we are. Right. We're getting ready to be back at school and we're going to start this other thing.
We're in the house breakfast. Easy access to kitchen.
One thing at the school, you know what? We don't have to keep, you're right. The setup isn't going to be huge. It's not going to take a ton to set that up. Mm-hmm. Maybe we should just carry the brunch. And we can try it for a while, right? Yeah. We suddenly sorry friends, we can't pay any of our bills, but we're having a great breakfast. It's like, we're nowhere in that ballpark of problem right now, so we're good. We'll just have people bring stuff. How about that? Really potluck, like you say.
Easy enough. Way back in the day when we had big Sundays and Leona brought her casserole. You remember them?
Yeah, that's one of the crazy. She suggested that for some Sunday mornings, and I'm like, man, I'm not sure everybody wants that one thing. I love the variety.
But the idea is like we don't just have to have donuts for all the
Yeah.
all the regular folk that come through our doors.
We don't even have to have donuts. I know that sounds terrible. I think we should have some, but it doesn't need to be our only thing. Again, thanks for joining our meeting.
Yeah.
Please submit your...
if you like breakfast, what we're doing
breakfast
here.
church.
Yeah, come join us.
Drop a comment on what you'd like to see, and we can try that, and then come.
yeah, give us some brunch ideas.
Join us, please.
We've had some good ones, though. I wasn't kidding, though, about Sunday. I mean, that's the one that stands out to me, is just those fresh-made omelets.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's not everybody's,
yeah.
but man, it was just so good. All right. I don't know how we got off on this, but anyway. Talking about Sunday and how cool that was, because it was very cool. There's something else about Sunday I was going to mention, but I don't know.
Oh, Michael was leading.
Yeah, Michael was leading. That's right. We had a long songs, but it was very good to have him doing that. By the way, Jake, start practicing, man. Just get ready.
Gotcha.
Last time I talked to you, you were kind of like, I don't think I'm quite ready.
I will fight.
Start
through the pain.
thinking.
We'll do it.
I'd love to have you lead one of these brunch Sundays in particular. But
I end up like cooking or doing something else, you know.
yeah. Oh, that's what we were talking about too. Preparing for being back to school, getting everybody on board. Mm-hmm. So, Jake, just go ahead and plan. You're going to be doing something. Mm-hmm. If you have a preference, let me know on that day. But just more of us participating in the flow and execution of the service, I think is just healthy and good. Mm-hmm. I might even get somebody to get a testimony of some kind, something God's teaching them. Or, we'll pull it together so it's tight and, it's not just free-handed and 30 minutes later. You hadn't really thought about it.
2 hour
Just start sharing.
Just everyone's sharing.
If it was true revival or something, well, okay. But usually it's just somebody didn't prepare enough. But anyhow. All right, so what else? Anything else about Sunday?
So in your message yesterday, you talked about how there were Japanese soldiers that fought for a long time.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And for anybody that watched that or was there, this might give you a little extra context. The longest serving one finally surrendered on March 10th, 1974. Yes. 30 years. Him and 3 other soldiers were told to not surrender no matter what. Flyers and flyers, nothing.
Look how old those guys were.
30, yeah. Like they were probably drafted in whether or however they were.
40s or 50s or something.
Late 40s, early 50s at the youngest. And they're just
still fighting a war that didn't exist, just trying to survive on an island. It's just crazy.
30 years.
That's a fantastic fact to share. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it wasn't just like 2 or 3 years. It wasn't by like 1948 they're all going, no.
The whole world had changed.
Right.
They must be like castaways or something, right? Oh my goodness. Oh well. Context of that. Yeah. that was funny. I was sharing the gospel with people, and that there are people who are living without God and angry at God and still fighting that kind of war. They don't know that Christ has provided peace between us and God, and that God's wrath has been satisfied.
Not to belabor the idea, but that surrender is a lot easier with him than it is with a war. So
that's true.
So that is kind of funny how that works, though. Because I'm just thinking about this. They were probably on an island, castaway and whatnot. There were still probably jets that were flying over, somehow on this.
Something.
There's got to have been something. Passenger jets. What are these new planes? What's going on here?
Oh, that's what they probably thought they were war advancements or something.
Yeah.
Oh well. Well, and the whole idea there too, that first introductory idea was blessed are the peacemakers. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I have talked about that in the last series, the Don't Forget series, right? Briefly on one whole sermon was called The God of Peace. And in this, I didn't think that I was going to speak that much about it. I was going to hit this one quickly and just going to move on. I thought, no, there's too much to talk about right here that I didn't talk about before. And the whole idea of being a peacemaker, something that I really hadn't thought about before until I was really studying this, is that as people who are living out the Beatitudes, right, the blessed life Jesus is talking about, as a peacemaker, a follower of Jesus, part of that is administering the peace of Christ to the world, not sharing the gospel with the world. It's sort of tying together being on mission with Jesus to share his peace with the world is part of what being a peacemaker is, right? It's actually, we are committed to more followers, sharing. Conversations all about following Jesus and leading everyone to a passionate life in Christ. That is, in part, being a peacemaker. So I hadn't really talked about anything, or actually had really not thought of it that way until I was really studying and began to realize, oh, that is part of what that is. But of course, the other side of it is what it sounds like. It's being a person who is the one who makes peace with others, first move, all that with our relationships and everything. So,
Gosh, that is a humbling and hard thing to do.
I know, man.
It is. You really got to swallow your pride on that one because it can be so tough.
Yes, relationships, are just hard. We're going to talk more about relationships again, but relationships, whenever you're talking about relationships, if you say anything is easy, you're not telling the truth.
Oh, it's easy to mess them up.
It's very easy to mess them up.
What's the saying? It's impossible to please everyone. It's very easy to tick off everyone.
Well, not being, it's being selfless. That's the hardest part. Whenever you know that you were in the right about something and someone wronged you. But again, I didn't even talk about the illustration Jesus gives a little later. I guess we'll get to it when we get to it. But, if you're worshiping at the altar and you think and remember that your brother has something against you, not that just you have something against your brother, leave your gift, go make things right with your brother, and then come bring your gift. I like that he adds that at the end. Go ahead and bring your gift. Don't forget that. But he's saying, this whole making peace with others and ministering peace is more important than religious rituals, more important than going through the motions of even worship and giving and all the trappings of what we would call worship in church even.
Well, and he addresses that in other places where he talks about, quoting old prophets, that how your lips talk about me, but your hearts are very far away from me. And if you know somebody's got something against you, and vice versa, and you don't do anything about it. Cookies.
Not no cookies yet. Dry erase markers.
How many of our things that we do as a church are you going to just flip and interrupt?
You know what? If you leave things where they're supposed to be.
I'm just kidding. They're right there.
My
This
gosh.
thing is Sunday. Hey, I did a brilliant edit, by the way. I'll just say for Sunday's YouTube. I've posted that. Sorry, Leon, I'm just kidding. I love you, baby.
No, you don't. You hate me.
Get out of here, woman. Okay, so wait. Let me be a peacemaker.
Hey.
She wanted to say hi.
Aw, hey, sweetie pie.
We have about 5 minutes left till cookies.
Now, you shouldn't give us warnings. You should just surprise us with the knock.
I will.
Are you going to try one?
Yeah.
Good.
She helped me make them. She was eating
I
chips.
can't wait.
Chip says we were loading chips.
All right. Well, anyway, there's a case in point of me not doing what I was supposed to be doing. But I was kidding. Be a peacemaker. Be the first move. Get ready to me. Why give it up? I just thought it was funny because she did interrupt the service, the sermon. But I edited it so cleanly. It's very. You'll notice it if you're watching, but if you're listening, you would never know that there was a break. It's like she never came through.
Those are hard edits to do sometimes, too.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I've done so many.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun for me.
But anyway, as I was saying, if you've got something against somebody, or somebody's got something against you, their heart is not in the right place. Right. So if you're given that gift, you're not doing it the right way. So that's where that comes from. So you can't worship appropriately if you're in that spot.
Yeah,
you really need to do something about it to get it corrected.
That is correct, Bob. And I was just thinking, that again is how it flows out of the one before. Not the stupid way I said it at the end and completely skipped the pure in heart. But it's that same idea, right? Because Jesus he's talking about it's not just the outside. It is funny because if you think you're all right on the inside, but it's not being expressed on the outside, something's wrong.
Right.
If you're just doing things on the outside, but nothing's changing on the inside, something's wrong. Right? It's kind of both of those are true. But Jesus is getting at the heart of things, and it's exactly that. You can't go through those emotions and not have heart change, and it's all about the heart change. And as you go through the rest of the Sermon on the Mount, oh my goodness.
So this will sound like a really weird analogy, but the not last Sunday, but Sunday before, we were watching the kind of news segment that does, if people interest sort of stories and whatnot, and they were talking about Bhutan, which is the only democracy that ever got started not from a war. It was actually the king saying, we're going to go democratic. And he handed all the power over to the people. And he's still part of the leadership, but he's definitely in a very counselor sort of way. And you can make peace out of violence.
Oh, I see.
But it's really hard to make peace out of peace.
Yeah.
Because everybody liked him. He was a great king.
Peace of peace.
So, yeah.
All right, very cool. But of course, honestly, when you said Bhutan, at first I thought you said Busan, and then I thought about the trailer, the zombie movie. All right, sorry, really. Okay, it's still a good point to make it. I've just lost my mind today. Mondays, it's been a while since I've had a Monday night where I'm just being loopy because it's the doggone school.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Education is bad for you.
Maybe good for you, but apparently it's very bad for me. All right. Well, we know that something's about to happen here in just a minute. And I already know we've been yakking for a good long time.
Yeah, just over 30 minutes. So
oh, that's too long. That's usually where we used to end.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
But I didn't want to miss this part. Okay, so was there anything else about Sunday in particular? I mean, we've got so many things to talk about. We just don't normally have time. And no?
Just the one thought, like 2 messages into the series, I went, how have I never noticed that this is a progression thing?
right.
Yeah. I've read the Beatitudes dozens of times. I'm sure I've taught through them a time or two. Sermons, who knows how many sermons I've listened to. And everybody's like, these are just attitudes you got to be,
Yeah, you got to go do this.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. It's like, and I'm like, how did I not notice that? Normally, I'm the one who sees these things. Nope.
Well, it is interesting because even the way he says it, blessed are the, and they already are that. Right? Like, blessed are the peacemakers. He didn't say, you'll be blessed if you become a peacemaker.
Yeah.
Right.
He's literally saying, if you are a peacemaker, you are already blessed. You're already happy. And then he says, one. And he's just describing what that looks like. But yeah, you're right. They're so rich. They're so deep. And it's another one of those great examples of Scripture. Even on the surface level, there's truth. And you can go, wow, that's amazing. But if you take the time to dig a little and really look at it and pull it apart a little bit, it's even deeper and richer than you ever imagined. Now you can read things in. That's where people get crazy and cults get started and stuff. So, you want to overdo. I mean, you really want to do solid biblical study and commentaries and word studies and all that stuff too. But yeah, it's an amazing kind of thing. I don't know if I have time to do this, by the way, before something happens.
Might as well give it a
You
shot.
try, yeah, absolutely.
Well, okay. So switching gears, another thing that we have coming up in a couple of weeks, we're very excited about, is this Christmas event.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and everybody I keep talking to about this at school or whatever, telling them what we're doing, they're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, yeah, what is that? That's going to be great. And yet I still in my heart feel like nobody's going to be there. It's not going to happen. We've never done this before. It's my normal.
Colette's trying to get off work to be there.
Excellent.
Nice.
Come on. Well,
It's the horses.
Now, okay, so here's the thing. I just felt like when I said Sunday, and I do really believe this, nobody cares what it's called necessarily, right? They care that we're doing, well, hang on.
I care a little.
Okay, that was my preface in the sense that, not that it is important, but generally speaking, when somebody's there and they leave, they don't call it that. Like when I said the glow and go, nobody calls it that, right? And they come to the Halloween thing. So, we don't want to call it something really terribly dull, but I just felt like when I said, so we're just going to call it Christmas, Compass Christmas Station or whatever, I just felt like, it just doesn't feel right even, even still. So, I had this brilliant idea this afternoon. Guess what I did?
Breaking news.
You wrote down a few, and we're going to vote.
Maybe.
You wrote your top 20 best ones.
Even better.
Okay.
Even better. That's right. I asked Bing Copilot to give me some ideas.
There you go.
So AI is helping us
Oh,
the same thing.
boy. All right.
All right, so here we go. It said, please help me come up with possible names for an outdoor community family Christmas event. The event will feature horse-drawn carriage rides, hot chocolate, popcorn, cookie decorating in a family-friendly environment. And you know what AI said back to me? That sounds like an amazing event. There are a few name ideas for your festive gathering. All right, so I want to read off. I got a ton of them.
This is great.
So this will take too long for sure. But maybe while we're eating, whatever might come through the door for us. Okay. And they go from the, oh, wait, I think we could do something with that. And that's the whole idea. It brainstorms with you, gets you thinking. But a few of these are just stupidly dumb. All right, so here's the first one. Carriage Bells and Cocoa. Join us for Carriage Bells and Cocoa.
Not horrible.
The event. Snowy Sweets and Rides. Winter Wonderland Celebration. Join us on Saturday, December 21st for Compass Church's Winter Wonderland Celebration. No?
It only works if it's snowing.
Oh,
It'd be really a bummer.
well,
if it's gonna snow.
it'll be chilly. It's going to be chilly a little.
Yeah.
Jingle Carriages and Cookie Fun.
That doesn't even make sense.
What is Cookie Fun? We're about to have a little cookie fun here in a minute now.
In Colorado, that
Could be the wrong
makes
kind of
sense.
cookie fun. Green cookies for all. No, Holiday Family Fest. Yeah. Remember, this is the thing. I didn't want to call it just carriage rides because I know we're doing more there, right? But that is the big deal. That's the big one. That's what it gets right. Frosty Fun and Festivities.
Well, it's got the alliteration.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
no less
yeah.
wanted.
Sleigh bells and sweet treats. No? How about holiday happiness and horse rides? For the love. See, we were having trouble, but so is AI.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one.
Christmas cheer in the park. All right, so then it says, feel free to mix and match words, blah, blah, blah. All right, so these are great. I was lying. Could you suggest 10 more? Absolutely. Here are 10 more delightful names for your outdoor community family Christmas event. All right, Yuletide Family Fun Fest. Magic of Christmas Carriages. Holiday Harmony and Treats. What? Joyful Journey Christmas Event. Snowflakes and Sweet Delights. No snowflakes.
Yeah.
Festive Family Fun Day. Maybe.
It's kind of boring, but
kind of like
it would work.
Candy cane carrot. Wait a minute. Does this mean it's time for the cookie break?
Yay! They're hot.
Hey, could you give us a napkin?
Yes.
Thanks, Harper, for
These
fine
three-
delivery.
Our chocolate chip.
Yep.
These 3 are butterscotch. These 3 are
Don't
mixed.
touch. Okay.
Oh, I didn't touch them.
That's funny because you
I
made
just
them.
made them.
Thank you. Okay, could you bring a couple
Yeah,
of napkins? All right, so we got some cookies here. Cookie break time, butterscotch and chocolate chip. What do I say? We'll bring a napkin. I mean, you don't have to have a napkin. Yum. Reach
You
in.
gotta go for the mix.
Okay, I'm gonna say candy cane carrots. Oh, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Harper. Fantastical.
Oh, my
Which
God.
one did you try?
The mixed?
All right, I'll try that first too. Ooh.
Those are so good.
Okay. We must have quick cookie commentary. I'll take a bite.
Yeah, we are at 40 minutes.
Oh, man.
And
Yeah,
the
come
gooey
on.
on the inside too.
Gooey.
Hey, so I'm the weirdo
Chocolate?
that really likes the cookie dough better than the cookie.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love cookie dough.
This is a great cookie.
this is a
Kudos, Leona.
perfect combination of both.
Oh, yeah. Wish you could taste this.
Yeah.
But then you'd be here. That'd be even better.
That'd be weird. No. All right, so if you've got a cookie you'd like for us to try, even if you've never made it before, but you think it would be really great for us to try, send the recipe, Johnny, JOHNNY, at compasstimber.com, or just comment below. Hey, you guys need to really try the pickle whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say we're opening ourselves up to some pretty gross
Well,
cookies. If we're...
If you're bringing if there's somebody we don't know that's commenting and giving us a deal, we're going to be pretty doggone honest. Okay, so
That's true.
So we'll try it. Why not? Mm-hmm. I have a backup cookie. Let's see here. Gingerbread and Jingle Bells. No. Merry Moments and Rides. Snowy Trails and Holiday Tales. No.
You'd have to have some stories going, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe on the sleigh. On that sleigh. It's not sleigh. Slay and pray. Okay. This said, then AI said to me, I hope these spark some inspiration for you. Which one stands out the most? So that's a tough decision. I particularly like the ones that emphasize the horse-drawn carriage rides, I said. Oh, great to hear. Let's focus on that charming aspect. Here are some more ideas that highlight the horse-drawn carriage rides. All right, here's some more with that theme. I'm going to do these quick, okay? Carriage rides and Christmas delights. Jingle Bell Carriage Journey. Holiday Horse and Carriage Fest. That doesn't make sense. Okay. But start mixing these together. Carriage Cavalcade of Christmas.
That's the best one.
It's a carriage cavalcade.
I'm not sure if I've ever used the word cavalcade.
Well, wait till you say compass carriage cavalcade.
There you go.
Festive carriage rides. That's just the name of it. Festive carriage rides. Christmas carriage magic. Holly jolly carriage adventure. No. Snow carriage Christmas. Yuletide carriage celebration. Sleigh ride spectacular. Any of these fit the bill? These are all very helpful, I lied. Could we continue on that theme and add 10 more? Of course! Let's keep the magic of the horse-drawn carriage rides going with these additional names. Clydesdale Christmas Celebration.
No, they're Percherons, so.
Reindeer Route Carriage Rides. North Pole Carriage Adventure. Winter Wonderland Wagon Ride. No. It's probably an accurate description. Mm-hmm. Festive Hoofbeats Holiday Event. Come on. Fella Festive Hoofbeats. Just to say that. Carriages and cocoa. Oh, Carriages and Cocoa.
I think it was like the first one you read, too.
That's
I
true.
feel like some of these might be repeated.
Actually, I think it's with the words around. Jingle Journey Carriage Ride. No. Glistening Carriage Christmas. Mistletoe and Carriage Merriment. No. Tinsel Trails and Carriage Tales. Tinsel Trails. Carriage. I hope these are even. Okay. Ben Co-Pilot says to me, I hope these add even more sparkle to your event. Is it flirty with me? What is this talking about? So then I thought, oh, wait a minute. Merry and Bright. I started thinking about Merry and Bright. That sounds good. Let's sprinkle some Merry and Bright magic into these festive ones. Okay. Merry and Bright carriage rides. No. Bright carriage Christmas. No. Holiday merriment. Shining Stars Carriage Fest. I mean, obviously this is hard. This is hard to come up with a name for this. Bright Night, let's see, Merry Moments and Bright Lights, Twinkle and Joy Carriage Journey, Limited, they're all bad. I hope these capture the spirit you're looking for. They didn't. But anyway, adding more possibilities, I said, maybe from the lyrics of the Christmas carol, Jingle Bells. All right, Jingle Bells and Sleigh Rides, Bells Ringing Carriage Fest, Oh What Fun Christmas Celebration, Dashing Through the Snow Event.
Again, we need snow.
Dashing through the neighborhood. How about that? Dashing through the neighborhood. Yeah. One Horse Open Sleigh Festivity, Jingle All the Way, Carriage Rides, Bells on Bobtail Ring, Laughing All the Way Christmas, Jingling Carriage Rides, Snow Gliding Carriage Celebration. It's just bad. So then I told them we were also having s'mores. Mm-hmm. S'mores and carriage rides.
That's a pattern.
Very, very clever. Jingle Bells and S'mores Delights. Fireside Carriage Fest.
Well, that almost works.
Yeah.
We have a fire pit.
Yeah.
Mary, okay. Oh, Fireside Carriage Fest. Join us. Sleigh Bells and S'mores Extravaganza. Winter warmth and carriage rides. Toasty treats and carriage fun. S'mores by the fire and carriage rides. Gingerbread carriages and s'mores. Holly jolly s'mores celebration. All right, I'm at the end here. Hang on. Horse-drawn carriage rides, I say, are a big deal. So it comes back with some more carriage rides and holiday lights. Starlight Carriage Christmas. And none of these are really hitting the back. Let's see. Carriage Joyride Christmas. Merry Carriage Moments. Snow Kissed. Blah, blah, blah. Frosty Carriage Fiesta. It's like a taco night. Let's see.
Winter tacos.
Winter.
Oh my gosh. There's an idea.
Why did we think of that? tacos. That's the missing element. It also had Frosty Nights and Carriage Rides, Holiday Carriage Gala, Winter Carriage Extravaganza. Like anybody knows what any of that means.
I'm going back to Cavalcade.
Yeah.
Cavalcade, Glittering Carriage Fest, Dashing Carriage. Let's see, Snowy Dash Celebration, Snow Dash Magic. So anyway, what I'm trying to say here is
We stumped AI.
it's
AI's got a long way to go.
It's got a long way to go. And none of them really very well. But here's the thing: I started going back to what I was suggesting to AI, and realized I don't need you, AI. I already think I kind of know something related to Marion Bright, or Marion Bright event, or something from a line from a Christmas song like that. Mm-hmm. The one that was closest, I think, was where'd it go? One of the early ones. Carriage Bells and Cocoa or something like that, or
Oh yeah, the first one.
Compass
Our-
Christmas Cavalcade.
Christmas Cavalcade. Well,
Carriage,
something
the,
from the
carriage,
70s.
the Carriage Bells Cavalcade.
Anyway, we're gonna call it something. It's gonna be something like this. I gotta hurry because I gotta do the ads and stuff. So that's really all we need it for, because I mean, it just tells them this is our Christmas event.
Right.
Did you, when you said the name matters to you, of course it matters, of course the name matters. Did you have something in mind?
No, I was more joking because we've been joking around with that.
Yeah.
Oh, none of those
Slay
names.
and
Yeah, Slay and Pray is not even
Well, okay, now if this event gets a name, that would mean that the Christmas Eve event also now needs a name.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's called the
Yeah.
Christmas Eve event.
that's just the Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve
Yeah,
service.
Right.
It's like the, what do we call that? Christmas Eve candlelight, outdoor candlelight,
Right.
Mhm.
something like that. But see, on that event, we've gone too long.
Yeah.
On that event, we actually are going to communicate or give out cards, invitations to the Christmas Eve deal. Well, anyhow, all right, too much yakking. Sorry, I just had to share. So many, it's like to have so much information and so much of it be bad. I don't feel bad about my sermon on Sunday.
Hold on a second. You suddenly just described the internet, period.
Oh, there it is.
So much information, and it's also bad.
I want to say thank you for joining us to do that.
Yes.
And nature and cookies. I'll talk to you. There is a verse of scripture we quote all the time. It has nothing to do with anything we were just talking about, except all of these things we're talking about are about caring for people and sharing the love of Jesus with people. So John 3:16 simply says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, and whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." It's a core verse of Compass Church. It's why, even though we're being silly and talking and laughing and stuff around here, it's why we do what we do, is because God shared his love with us. It's changed our lives. We want to share that with the rest of the world. All right, so anything else we want to say before we get wrapped up here tonight? Good cookies tonight.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't think the plate's going to make it back clean. Or not clean.
Yeah, I'm still
It's going to be
grab
empty.
Yeah,
Pudding cookies, chocolate chip and butterscotch chip.
Phenomenal.
Pudding cookies, fantastic thing. I don't know if that's her original recipe or something she started with something from somewhere else and then made it her own. Leona cookies, always good. Okay, guys. Well, I guess we need to. I need to say we meet somewhere in the world every single week, always online. Here recently, we've been meeting as we've been discussing here at my house. You're welcome to join us for that. Go to compassdenver.com, click on This Week at Compass, and you can find out where we are. Building towards our service back at the school, Arkansas Elementary School, but it's usually at 10 o'clock, and we would love to have you as our guest this Sunday. All right, friends, final words.
Love you guys. Love all you out there.
This has been great because he is great.
Grace to you and peace, and that is all we have for tonight, and we are out. Farewell. More cookies, friends.
Yes.
Cookie.
Yum.
Cookie.
All chocolate all the time.
All gooey. All delish.